Other news tonight, the U.S. Justice Department today asked a federal appeals court to block enforcement of Alabama's new immigration law. The federal government filed that challenge today to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta. The filing claims the law is, quote, highly likely to expose persons lawfully in the United States, including school children, to new difficulties in routine dealings. Alabama's law has been called the toughest immigration policy in the country by both opponents and supporters. It allows authorities to question people suspected of being in the country illegally and hold them without bond. It also lets officials check the immigration status of students in public schools. Just last week, a federal judge upheld those two key aspects of the law, which have already taken effect. And while we've received plenty of calls about negative impacts of the law, such as farmers losing workers and Hispanic students staying out of school, some state lawmakers say the law is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Fox 10 News reporter John Rogers spoke to State Representative Steve McMillan of Baldwin County about the law and joins us now live in the studio with more on that. John?
Bob, McMillan has been a strong supporter of the immigration reform. He argues that the federal government has not done its part to stop the spread of illegal immigrants in this country, and he feels Alabama is just upholding the federal law. But apparently, the federal government doesn't see it that way. Alabama's new immigration law has caught the attention of the federal government.
Generally, the president has been clear that efforts to address the issue of America's broken immigration system through a patchwork of state laws will only create more problems than it solves.
The Department of Justice is asking an appeals court to stop the law, saying it could hurt diplomatic relations. Federal officials also worry about discrimination and the migration of illegals into other states.
It looks to me like they want to try to make an example out of us and intimidate other states, and they're not doing it.
State Representative Stephen McMillan says the law was written to closely follow federal law. McMillan says the federal government has fallen short in its duty to stop the spread of illegal aliens.
We're just requiring people who are not citizens to meet the same standards that our citizens have to meet.
The Justice Department is concerned that the law focuses on low-risk immigrants instead of dangerous criminals and could also cause an inconvenience for legal citizens. The effects of that are already evident in long lines at Mobile's License Commission office. Advocates have also argued that many Hispanics are afraid to go to work and school.
And I understand the fear, and you know, I have a heart, and I'm sympathetic towards them, but also, I have to enforce the law.
McMillan admits the law isn't perfect, but he stands behind it.
We might tweak it a little bit in those areas, but most of the people that are strong supporters of it want it to play out, and let's see how it goes in the courts.
The court will not make a decision in the case until it reviews more arguments from both sides next week. We'll keep you updated as this story develops.